Oh, sorry, I'm playing with the Christmas lights. So what does that mean? That means we are in the Christmas spirit, or whatever you're celebrating. As you're getting around this holiday, a lot of people are looking into gifts. Cameras are expensive, yes, but there is alternative options. Doesn't have to just be around a holiday. But should you buy used or refurbished gear? And what does refurbished mean? I'm here to give you some advice and quick tips, as I worked in a camera shop and I can tell you what to look for in purchasing used gear, bodies, lenses, etc. So here we go. So, should you buy used gear? Every single person I see in a post asks this. I've been asked this several times as well. You can buy used gear. Straight answer, yes. Now, a lot of people, well, what happens? What condition? Well, what? Take a step back, relax, and I'll give you a couple of quick tips in a second. But why should you buy used gear? A lot of people ask this question, should I buy used or refurbished gear? First of all, used gear is just second-hand gear. It's been used before, it's been pre-owned by one person, two person, three person. You know, it's something like that. Refurbished gear was a broken camera, broken lens, or malfunctioning, not necessarily broken, that was sent back to Nikon, Canon, etc., and they fixed it, professionally done. So it's basically like you're getting a brand new lens. That's why usually refurbs cost more than used gear. Should you buy used gear? Yes. All of my equipment is used. I have bought new before at Best Buy and something like that, but eBay, Craigslist, Amazon, I'd be very wary about Craigslist though, because my number one theory for used gear is if it's too good, if the price looks too good to be true, then it is not true. It's basically a scam and probably crap. I'm going to tell you advice in 1 second on how to evaluate your gear. So my quick advice is buy the gear. You can see pictures of it, request pictures, see if there's scratches on it. If it looks in good shape, which all of my gear, my D700, 70-200, just to name a few, my D7000, all were in perfect shape. I have bought refurb before from Nikon. I've seen Canon's refurbs before from a camera store I've worked at. Don't worry about it. It's an easy purchase, easy answer, yes. Especially refurbs, yes. Don't be weary. They're basically brand new pieces of gear that were once malfunctioning, and they come with warranties, usually a 90-day warranty on refurbed gear. So if it doesn't work, you send it back, they fix it, or they give you a new one or something, like, not a new one, they give you something else, boom, and you're fine. It'll work out. So it's not even really called a risk to me. So a lot of people come now and they're like, well, how do you evaluate used gear to make it worth your while, etc.? Very, very easy. Very, very easy to understand, very easy to do. You can go outside and get all of it done in less than 3 seconds. So what I advise to you, body. First thing I look at would be its condition. If it looks like it's been glued, or if it looks like there's a lot of scratches, you know, that's fine. I wouldn't buy used equipment that way. If so, it would be extremely cheaper, and I would stress that to whoever you're buying it from, no matter what site you go. Once again, be very, very wary of Craigslist and communicate beforehand if you go that route. Body also has camera actuations, which basically means how many times the shutter was clicked and the mirror went up and down. So you have to get a count on that. You know, there's a Nikon thing out there that's, you know, the estimated life is like 150,000, 200,000 shutter clicks. Some have gone up to 900,000, some have failed at 300. So you never know. So it's always great to see what your count is. So if you're ever looking on eBay or something and there's no actuations listed, then I'd say ask for the actuations. Hopefully they're not more than like 30 or 40,000 if you're looking at getting a very decent body. But a lot of people sell the higher brand, like a 1D Mark IV or a D3S that has 100,000 shutterations. I would stay weary of those, but you might get a good deal, and a shutter replacement only costs about $300 to $500 in the long run. As you get the body, if you physically are holding it in your hands, definitely you want to look at the sensor. You want to see if the sensor's clean or if it's shit, to be honest. So what you would do is do not put a lens on it. Yes, don't worry about dust right now. Don't put a lens on it. Turn it on. Look up into very, very, very bright light. You know, you can easily see, just from what you're doing now, you can easily see if there's anything on there. The next thing I would say is to put a lens back on. I would say take a picture, make sure the shutter snaps. If that works, you know, your shutter's good then. Then close your aperture down to about f22 or something higher, so that way you're getting full depth, you're seeing the screen. Look way up in a bright light, take a photo, and then go in and pixel peep, you will actually go and see dust spots or anything that could be affecting the sensor. If that's an issue, sensor cleaning isn't terribly expensive, but if you can avoid it, that's fine. You can get swabs and everything yourself, but I would never ever touch my own equipment. And what a lot of people forget to do is check the autofocus. A lot of people try to scan people and sell cameras without autofocus working. That's a huge thing, a huge repair, a huge cost. So put an autofocus lens on it and see if it will autofocus. Quick, snappy, boom, you're good. If it works, you know what? I'd say go for it. Buying used is not a bad thing. So let's see, the camera looks good, the body looks good. Now how about the lens? Well, first of all, cosmetics, once again, look at cosmetics. The first thing, are the rubber rings on? Are they loose? Are they snappy? Do they work well? Are they smooth? Look into that. Also, like, take off the back caps, make sure the metal mount's actually on there, or whatever mount is on there. And is there scratches on the front glass of the Element? It all comes down to how you feel about it. I have my 7200. It doesn't have, you know, the greatest looking rings anymore. That's because they're worn marks, but you get them at a good price. One of the biggest things to check is to see if there's internal dust. Now, every lens, especially a zoom lens, will get dust in it. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. It's extremely natural. All of what you do is there is a little lever in the back of your switch, and I'll throw up a quick video on a thing up here to show you what to look for. There's a little lever, and all you do is through looking through the back where the front element's still out there, you look it up, look at it in bright light, you flick the little lever down, and you can actually see if there's dust inside the lens. A little bit of dust is okay, but over time, if it's in a wet place, a lens can accumulate haze, fungus, and just a lot of dust. So if there's a lot of dust, highly recommend not looking into that. But once again, if there's some internal dust, it's okay. Once again, make sure the lens autofocuses or works as it's supposed to. So there's nothing wrong with buying used or refurbished gear. It's very simple, it's very efficient, it's actually more affordable, and a lot of people do it, especially even high-end photographers, the most popular photographers. Yes, you do risk not having a warranty on it, but once again, you're saving a boatload of money. You could still probably get it under your insurance if you choose to go that route. That's all I have here. I will advise you to buy used or refurbished gear, and that's all I got. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye, looking to use gear. It's not a bad thing.